Okay.
Do you believe that Casey Anthony got away with murder? Last week in Orlando, Florida, Casey Anthony was not convicted in the murder of her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee. Jurors have said that there was a lot of room for reasonable doubt due to the fact that Kaylee's cause of death was never proven. Aside from the fact that there was no smoking gun per se, there were many other things that pointed the finger at Casey Anthony as the murderer. Most compelling being her insane string of lies and endless cover-ups. Casey Anthony will walk out of jail on July 17th, and justice will not be served for her innocent Kaylee. Casey Anthony should have been convicted in the murder of her daughter. First of all, we are all left asking if good looks and lies can actually assist someone in getting away with murder. A common theme being discussed is whether or not the jurors had a hard time looking at Casey Anthony's young and attractive face and convicting her of such a heinous crime. With the compelling evidence and arguments presented, you can't help but wonder what the outcome would have been if Casey were actually a middle-aged, overweight, and drug-addicted burnout. The fact that people are talking about this would have to mean that it certainly played a part in the decision made. The jurors are human and are not immune to judging a book by its cover, as many of us do. Secondly, for those who do not agree with Casey Anthony's acquittal in the case, a lack of faith in our justice system is now an issue. Attorney Robert Shapiro stated on Fox News, "Many say that our justice system worked the way that it should have, based on the fact that reasonable doubt was in fact presented. The defense's theory of the death of Kaylee being an accident placed the doubt in jurors' minds. But even if this were the case, which it is it not a crime that Ms. Anthony neglected to inform anyone of this accident?" In an article written by Evan Britton of Resource Web, we come to find out that as the jurors are now speaking on the case, we find out that if it weren't for the death penalty being on the table, their decisions may have been different. More people than I would like to know about have been falsely convicted on less compelling and less substantial evidence than this case presented. Lastly, justice has not been served for this little girl. As she lay in her grave, her mother will undoubtedly be partying it up, living La Bella Vita, the quote in which she so eagerly had tattooed on her body days after Kaylee's disappearance. Casey Anthony was already partying immediately after this tragedy. What could stop her now? At this point, Casey Anthony cannot and will not ever be convicted in any kind of criminal behavior having to do with the death of her 2-year-old Kaylee. Unless someone actually tells the truth about what really happened, we will never know what happened, which is a very hopeful statement. Today, I gave you 3 good reasons as to why Miss Anthony should have been convicted as a murderer. Not only will justice never be served for this sweet, young, innocent child, but also we have lost a bit of faith in our justice system and can question people's integrity when faced with a pretty exterior. Casey Anthony should have been convicted in the murder of her daughter. Much like O.J. Simpson, the past will haunt Casey, and she will most likely end up where she belongs for some other charge. I can see this chapter being only the beginning of the Casey Anthony story.